welcome to the ICAEW Certificate Level Business Technology and Finance course. What I'm going to do in this introductory video is just talk you through everything you need to know to get started with this course. With regards to materials for this course, you should have a set of course notes, a question bank and a textbook. Now the course notes are going to be what you're going to use when you listen along to these online lectures. Then once you've been through all of the online lectures, you're then going to swap over to your question bank and have a go at completing as many questions as you can. If you cover all of the questions, that's going to set you up in a really good position to be passing this exam. Then your textbook wouldn't be expecting you to read the entire thing cover to cover. What I want you to do is use it as more of a tool that you can dip in and out of whenever you need to. So say for example we cover a bit of terminology that you're not 100% sure of, you can have a look in the textbook to see if it gives you a bit more information on it. Okay, let's now dive into our notes. So here we've got a contents page, first of all. Now this lists up all of the chapters we're going to cover throughout the duration of this course. Now what I would advise you to do is just follow these chapters in order as they appear here, so from chapters 1 to 14. So what I would do is I'd follow along the online lectures with the course notes in front of you, and then each time you get to the end of a chapter, I'd go to your online learning platform and find the set of test your understanding questions that goes with the chapter you've just finished, just so you can check how well you've got on with the material in the particular chapter. Then once you're happy, I'd move on to the next chapter. So if we just have a look down all of these chapters, 1 to 14, just having a little look at all the topics that are going to come up in this course. Okay, now what we're going to take a look at is how the Business Technology and Finance module fits into our overall qualification. So we can see here we are down here in the certificate level, Business Technology and Finance there. So the stuff that you learn in Business Technology and Finance is going to link directly into the Business Strategy and Technology paper that you're going to sit at the professional level. And then this links in to the Strategic Business Management level paper at the advanced level of the qualification. So this means the topics we cover in this course are going to be useful to you all the way throughout your qualification. So now let's look over the page and have a look at the aim of this module. So the aim of this paper is to provide students with an understanding of how businesses operate and how the accounting and finance functions support businesses in achieving their objectives. So hopefully by the end of this course you should be able to say that you're comfortable with these areas. The next little bit we've got here in our notes is what's known as a specification grid. So this shows us all of the topics that are going to be examined in this paper, and it gives us the relative weightings that they're going to appear under in the exam. So what that tells us is 15% of our exam is going to be on business objectives and functions. 10% is going to be on business and organisational structures. 25% is going to be on the role of finance, 10% is going to be on the role of the accounting profession, 15% is going to be on governance, sustainability, corporate responsibility and ethics, 15% is going to be on the external environment, and 10% is going to be on the area of technology. Now our exam is going to be a 90-minute computer-based exam, and it's going to be made up of 50 questions that are worth 2 marks each. So this weighting shows you a rough idea of how many of these 50 questions are going to be from which areas of our syllabus. Now the pass mark for our exam is 55%. But because all of our questions are worth 2 marks each, it means we actually need to get 56% to be passing this exam. What I'm just going to show you now is I'm just going to dip in to our question bank to show you a couple of examples of questions just so you have an idea of what we're aiming for. So if we flick over to the question bank, so we've got here one question that says to establish whether a particular organisation should be classified as a business or not, it is necessary to inquire about the nature of it. And then you've got 4 options listed there. And then what you have to do is you have to pick out the correct one option out of those 4 that you've been given. Okay, so if you pick the correct option, you get your 2 marks. If you pick the incorrect option there, you'd get 0 marks. Then if we have a look at the next question here, we get given a bit of information, and then we're asked which 3 components of the SMART acronym are present in the company's secondary objective. So with this question, we've got 5 options listed there, and we've got to pick the 3 correct ones out of those 5. So if we manage to identify all 3 correctly, we get given our 2 marks. If we only get 2 out of the 3 correct, however, we would get 0 marks. So there's no part marking with these questions. So what I would do is, after you've finished going through all the questions in the question bank and you're happy with your progress with these questions, which might involve having to flip back to the course notes and go over some areas that you weren't happy with to start with, once you are happy with your progress, then what I would do is I would have a go at the 2 mock exams that you can find on your online platform. And then once you're happy with your results from these 2 mock exams, I'd go on and book your real exam. And of course, if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to get in touch with your tutor. Well, that's about it from me for this introductory video. So all I'm going to do now is wish you all the best with your studies.